Alright, we're going to look at some of these problems from your worksheet, okay? This first problem is number 10. We're going to let the math expert do our problems here, okay? Here's what I suggest with this problem. Do immediate substitution, not that substitution. Let 2 to the x equal u, okay? So I'm going to make it look like that. Now that looks a lot more user-friendly and generally invites you to cross multiply at that point, yes, okay? Upon cross multiplying, then of course we'd have to distribute here, all right, which it seemed not to want to do, so we'll just ask it to distribute now. You're going to wonder how we got that, okay? Simply distribute, please. Where is my distributing? Right here, okay? Then, subtract 5u from both sides. It's a simple equation from there. Subtract 5u from both sides, okay? And then, of course, we can see that u is equal to divide both sides by -4. And, of course, you have what u is. We don't want to know what u is. We want to know what x is. And, of course, x, now we can replace the value of u with 2 to the x, and then of course that's going to suggest that we take the natural log of both sides, which is take the ln of both sides, and of course here is going to prompt us to use the power rule as stated here, and then divide both sides by ln of 2, which will finalize this for us and see if that will do it. Yeah, and that's fine as the answer. It might change that a little bit. ln of 5/4 is ln of 5 over ln of 4. That's fine, and either one of those is acceptable as an answer. Okay, I would go back to this and say that's the answer, and that's fine. Okay, so we'll come back. We'll do another one in just a second. Okay, let's go back. We're at this problem number 17, and suggestion here is, are we going to take the log of both sides? Well, let's see what we did. We took the log of both sides. This right side simply comes right down to 2x minus 1. But now you have the natural log of half e to the x. Now, you need to use the power rule here. So that's the ln of a times b, which is ln a plus ln b. ln of e to the x should jump out at you and simplify down to x. You shouldn't have any real question about that, okay? And then you can see from here is just a simple linear equation. Subtract x from both sides, okay? And then add 1, and you're there. You got your value of x, okay? So there's our x, okay? And that's that. Well, we're back again. We're going to take a look at number 21. You don't like the looks of it, so make it more user-friendly. Make 2 to the x u, do a little substitution, and now it looks a lot more manageable. We cross-multiply. Having cross-multiplied, you should then identify a quadratic coming out of this, okay? And if we sneak everything to one side, okay, at this point, and then maybe divide both sides here by -1. Okay, and then let's clean that up. We could u squared equals -1. Of course, at that point, we're going to be asked to take the square root of a negative, which is going to be a no-go. So we're going to have a no solution in that. There we are. Let's take a look at number 22 now. Okay. Kind of really suggests to you it's quadratic. Do a simple substitution right here, and it is very much quadratic. It should be a factorable quadratic, I would think. Okay, so we'll see what that factors to. Factors quite easily enough. Now, of course, we'll evaluate those for u. U is 4, u equals 1/2, but now, of course, then we'll now return the substituted value of e to the x. So these are going to be straightforward two answers, the natural log of 4 and the natural log of 1/2. Looks like our answers on that, and that's pretty much as they should stand. I think that's going to be, and I don't believe there's any reason that either one of them will be a hold-up value, okay? So we got another one. There's another one, number 20. Well, we got like terms, e to the x and e to the negative x. So let's combine our like terms. The first two is distributing. That's not what I wanted it to do. Okay, so first we do the distributing, which is right here. And then we're going to tie our like terms together. So I'm going to, let's see what they suggest here. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to do a substitution. I think that's too much yet. Okay, I'm going to subtract 3e to the x off of both sides. So I'm going to subtract 3e to the power x off of both sides. Okay, so 3e to the power x combined with 1e to the power x, which gave us negative 2e to the power x. And now I'm going to add e to the negative x to both sides. So, okay, I'm going to add e to the negative x to both sides. Okay, and that's what we got there. Now, of course, e to the negative x is otherwise known as 1 over e to the positive x. Yes, giving me this. Okay, and now I could simply cross multiply. It's not going to give me that choice yet until I write this as a fraction. I guess it's right there. Okay, now I'm going to cross multiply. And so that's going to suggest I get e to the 2x. All right. Okay. And divide by negative 2. And I think you're going to see we'll have a new solution here. Because we're going to end up having to take the log of a negative. So we're going to be stalemated right there. I'm going to get this red flag, okay? Taking the log of both sides. You can't take the log of a negative, so it's going to end up with a no solution, okay? Okay, let's do a final one now. Now this is what was meant to be number 12 on your worksheet, and you'll notice that my 12 has 3 to the 3 cubed as opposed to this one having 3 to the x. But this one tends to be, I think, a little bit more interesting and will validate the answer that's on the answers I provided for you. So I think you'll remember if the bases are the same, but the exponents are different in multiplication, we have a rule over here. A to the n times b to the n is the quantity ab to the power n. So if we apply that, then of course we're just going to simplify this and get 6 to the x, okay? And then that's going to suggest a log of both sides, which is going to keep the answer in line with what I reported. I think in class, in some of the classes, I worked this out for you, showing you 3 cubed, making that 27. Actually makes the problem just as manageable, okay? But from here, this will be more in line with what I reported as the answers for you, okay? And then, of course, you're just going to solve for x by dividing by the natural log of 6, and there's your answer. So that's some of the answers, some of the solutions to some of those problems, just so that you're feeling a little bit more comfortable with them. Okay?